Today on Animal Outtakes, from scorpions and chimpanzees to diving dogs, performing dogs, and even guide dogs, we've met some amazing animals on this show. Join us as we revisit some of our most favorite moments. Hello and welcome to Animal Outtakes. In the past few years creating the show, we've had quite a few animal encounters. It's exhilarating being one-on-one with some of these amazing and rare species.
Okay, Marcia, pretend like you're washing your Mercedes, okay? There you go.
Okay. Yeah. They're so soft.
Aren't
so
they
very
sweet?
soft.
He wants to lick your hand.
Oh,
like he thinks you're going to give him a bottle.
And he is licking. Yes, he is licking. Okay?
Pulling something.
Yeah,
Pulling.
probably a boot.
He's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, slow and easy. Oh, it's a shark.
Oh, great. We certainly have encountered plenty of curious creatures. I remember once when we met a baby pygmy hippo at the zoo. That little girl sure was cute and had quite a life ahead of her. And we've been hands-on with some dangerous foes. But for the scorpion whisperer, it wasn't such a frightening task. The hippo is kind of an unusual animal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a cool one for people to see, and especially when you talk about like the pygmy hippos, people don't get to see those very often. They always see the bigger hippos if they see them in zoos. So it's a neat thing to show people up close. So we're excited that you got a chance to see them.
So are we. Not to be confused with the heftier Nile hippos, pygmy hippos are smaller than their cousins, weighing in at about 600 pounds, a fraction of the estimated 2 tons that their counterparts carry around. How endangered are they in the wild?
They are facing some severe number declines in their native country, and so that's really going to put their numbers in dire straits. So luckily, thanks to zoos like ours, we're part of the AZA's Species Survival Plan, which basically the easiest way to think about that is kind of Match.com for animals. The Association of Zoos and Aquariums recommends through the Species Survival Plan what animals should be breeding with what animals, so that way we have a diverse gene pool with these animals.
So what is the hippo's daily diet?
Daily diet is mostly going to consist of a lot of roughage in the wild, so they eat a lot of hays and grasses that they would find on the sides of the riverbanks. They will also eat produce though, so if they get the opportunity to find fresh fruits or fresh vegetables along the way, they're going to eat those as well. So
for these strictly vegetarians, why the massive size?
It's a little bit of muscle, a little bit of insulation there, so to speak, for them. So they're just a combination of different things. They're just very stockily built, is the easiest way to put it.
They're solid.
They're solid, absolutely.
I mean, Dagwood was solid.
Yes, he's a big boy.
This is Scorpy the scorpion, and this is a giant emperor scorpion. These guys are from Africa.
Okay.
Is where they're found, and you can find them in forest floors and even savannas. And usually, when you look for scorpions, where you look for most bugs under logs and things like that, and they can have even little burrows that they live into.
After watching Kevin handle our friend, I decided to give it a try.
You ready?
Well.
All right, here we go. So he's just gonna crawl is all he's gonna do. Oh, there you go.
Okay, come on, he's going
okay.
backwards.
All right, that's all you do. There you go, just put your other hand flat.
I think he knows he's got a novice here.
Actually, he seems really comfortable right now.
Well, isn't that something?
Yeah, and you
so
can...
now I'm the scorpion whisperer, right? These creatures carry themselves around on their 8 legs, but its large claws and distinctive tail with venom-injecting barb are probably its most recognizable features.
You can see the venom gland, and it does actually have a very sharp pointer on the end.
Yes, he does.
But most people say it just equates the same to about a bee sting, so it's nothing that'll hurt. And usually that's their last line of defense, because they don't want to use that venom if they don't have to. So usually it's a good pinch or two, and then if they feel really threatened, they'll start using the stinger.
What part do they play in our ecosystem?
These guys clean up a lot of bugs for us. So actually, if you feel like you have a lot of bugs in your house, you can even get some scorpions to live in your house and go for it. We like to feed ours a lot of crickets. Some of their favorite food over in Africa is actually termites and termite mounds.
I held Scorpy for 10 minutes, and after settling in, He was comfortable and relaxed on my hand, proving that while we should be cautious around these creatures, we don't need to fear them.
The only way to make the scorpion happier right now is to give him a cricket.
You know, I still have dreams about Scorpy. I also dream about other animals, like Winter, the dolphin. I was so excited when we met the man who created her prosthetic tail. And some other inspiring animals are the puppies at Southeastern Guide Dogs. They're bred to truly be man's best friend. Dan, this is one famous tale, isn't it?
It sure is, man.
And who does this belong to?
The most famous dolphin in the world, Winter.
Dan Stremka has quite the story to tell. 9 years ago, he was tapped to create a prosthetic tail for a dolphin who lost her tail getting tangled in a crab-trapped line. Winter found her way to the Clearwater Aquarium, and her story has now been made into 2 major motion pictures. So tell us, what did you think when they called you and they said, we need a tail?
Actually, I didn't know what to think. I know the guy that called me very well, and I know he's not a big joker or a practical joker. And it was shocking, but exciting.
Dan and his team at Hanger Prosthetics had to figure out not just how to build that tail, but how to keep it on and how it would affect the dolphin's sensitive but tough skin.
It's interesting because it can tolerate more pressure over a broad area because it can go very deep in the water that we can't. Our skin wouldn't be able to have circulation. But for localized pressure, it's very tender. And also, if there's ever a cut or sore, it takes forever to heal because they're in salt water. We need to make something sticky, make something very soft and very elastic so it wouldn't put too much pressure on her. And that's when we came up with Winter's Gel, the liner that she wears. And we actually did that first.
Now, does this tail stay on her all the time, or does it come off?
No, she wears it about hour and a half, about 2 to 3 hours a day. And it's usually in like therapy sessions. Dolphins expel all their heat through their tail, so we don't want to overheat her. Also, she's in there with another dolphin, Hope, and before Panama, they play rough, and we don't want to use it as a weapon. But also, we can't watch her that close all the time, so we don't want to make sure it's going to hurt her.
While he enjoys helping animals like Winter, Dan says it's his human patients that inspire him every day.
All that said, I mean, I got the best job in the world. I mean, literally no one, I'll compare my job to anybody around. I literally come in, someone wheels in, they walk out.
It's playtime for the puppies at Southeastern Guide Dogs. These little guys are about 5 weeks old and full of energy.
They're getting their feet out, under them, and they're a little bit more coordinated. This is the age where they're sort of fearless. It takes a lot to startle them, so we expose them to lots of different noises, and they just plunge in at this age.
They absolutely love those bottles, don't they?
They do.
But this morning romp is about more than just having fun and burning off energy. This is part of their education.
Obviously, other than just being fun, it's also getting them used to a different surface. It's getting them used to sounds.
Is this very beneficial? Is this something that should be happening for every puppy?
Absolutely. Early education is so important. This is when their brain is forming, when they remember these experiences later in life.
These 2 brothers are almost ready to go home to puppy raisers. At 10 weeks old, they have learned how to wear a collar and walk on a leash. But there's a little more work to be done.
They're learning about different surfaces, different potentially scary noises on a walk. They're really learning sort of how to interact with the environment a little bit more. It's a little bit more unpredictable out here. You can see even between the 2 puppies, one is a little bit more sensitive, one is a little bit more hesitant. He needs a little bit more encouragement. So we're working on building up his confidence before he goes home. He's trying everything. He just needs somebody to help him out a little bit. His brother's a little bit bolder. He's a little bit more independent. And this helps us make a match with a raiser, too. This helps let us know who's the type of person that'll be best for this puppy.
It's just amazing to see people helping animals and animals helping people. But we've got a lot more to show you. We're flipping, flying, and racing back with some amazing animal acts you won't want to miss.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Dante's Den. an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Dante's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Dante's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Dante and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you can become involved by visiting dantesden.org.
Hi, I'm Marcia Panucci, founder of the Dante's Den Foundation.
And I'm Ron Dixon, the Executive Director out at the Dens. Dante's Den has come a long way since its inception to where we are now.
We've helped hundreds of dogs since we've opened, but now we need your help.
We sure do, Marcia. Dante's Den needs great volunteers to help us feed, walk, and play with all of our furry friends.
So come on out and enjoy our 50 acres of beautiful countryside where you can also feed miniature Holstein cows.
And their babies.
And Hee-Haw.
The donkey.
And Buttercup.
A beautiful miniature horse.
If you would like to be a part of our joyful community of dogs, please visit dantesden.org.
Or call us toll-free at 844-DANTES-DEN. That's 844-366-8336.
Come on out today and see what makes us so special.
For me, it started with one hit of sardines. Oh, sardines. That's where I learned to beg. It was easy to score free fish. I mean, hey, with this dolphin smile, yeah, it's illegal, but no one cares. I had a monkey on my back, man. I was jonesing for people food, hanging out under boats, dodging props and hooks, and doing dangerous stuff that I'm ashamed to admit. Look, I know that I can kick this if people would just stop feeding me.
Welcome back to Animal Outtakes. Today we're taking a look back at some of our favorite animals, and joining me now is Ron Dixon, the Executive Director at Dante's Den. Ron has been joining us on our adventures this season. So Ron, do you have any favorite moments you'd like to share?
Well, Marcia, my heart is with the dogs. At Dante's Den, I work with amazing animals every day, and I love seeing them happy and full of life.
And these clips are right up your alley. Forward.
Arrow heel.
Arrow is being put through the paces during this rally class at the Sarasota Obedience Training Club.
Stay. Stay.
The 8-month-old Australian Shepherd is still learning the ropes, but his owner and handler, Joan Leopold, has experience with this fast-growing sport.
It's an obedience event that a course is set up with signs. Each sign directs the handler how to execute with their dog, the sign. And you go through the course and do everything that's required, and you're scored.
Instructor and rally champion Fran Lindstrom says the sport evolved from warm-up sessions for formal obedience, called doodling.
Originally set up was doodling, things that people did when they were training formal obedience, and they would do these kind of little exercises just to kind of change it up for the dog. So it wasn't just heel, stop, turn. They wound up doing the circles and the 270s and all the various things and incorporated it and thought, gee, we've been doodling this sort of informally all along. You know, we could make this an event. So it got started that way, and so it's sort of a stepping stone to formal obedience for people starting out.
I would like people to understand that if they would start training their dogs at a facility like this, or there's many other places like this in the state of Florida, if they would start training, the more they train, the tighter their bond is with their dog, and the more fun they will have.
So it's just, they're great company, and I jokingly say it keeps me off the streets and occupied, and if I didn't have them, what would I do? You know, be glued to the TV or my computer, and gosh, working with the animals is so much more rewarding and so much more fun. Plus, I've met a whole lot of wonderful people.
Sometimes a dog having fun is the best entertainment.
Whoa! She actually had her mouth open that time.
So how many dogs are in the troop?
Carrie and I have 10 dogs.
Ethan Wilhelm is a trainer and dog owner with the Canine Stars, a group of performing dogs that travel the country putting on entertaining shows featuring frisbees, agility, and dock diving. You know, so much has been said about dogs that entertain, that they perform. Is it the right thing to do? Isn't it the right thing to do? When you see Bootsy here, she is a love. She's the type of dog you could get on the floor and just roll around with. How do you train them? Because there's no abuse here whatsoever.
Oh no, see, these dogs, they're my kids, they're my family. And number one, if I had a dog that could not do something, we'd take the dog out of the show. If they're hurt, we don't push them to do anything that they can't do. So, you know, we use a lot of positive-based training. They never do anything wrong. It's all, you just wait until they give you the behavior they want, and then you reward it with a frisbee or a treat or anything. And it's all called positive reinforcement.
This is Quest. Quest is my border collie, and he's a rescue.
Barb Lenz is a trainer with Dog Stars in Bradenton and the owner of Florida West Coast Air Dogs.
17 feet 10 inches for Pippin.
While dock diving looks like a lot of fun, there's a lot of training that goes into getting your dog to jump.
And we teach it slowly. We teach them where they get out of the pool, and we play with the toys. The toy drive is extremely important. And you have to have a tremendous bond with the dog for them to trust you to do what we do. We want them to have fun.
Marcia, that was amazing. And to think many of those dogs were rescues, just like ours at Dante's Den.
That's right, and if you think that's great, just wait until you see the next act. We'll have you flipping when you see these professional performers when Animal Outtakes returns.
For thousands of years, we've been humans' best friend. You've been through a lot, and we've been right there with you. A dog is part of the family, a confidant, and a friend who always knows how to get into your heart. So what happens to our beloved companions when we can no longer care for them? This is why we've created Dante's Den, an innovative, state-of-the-art facility that will provide care for up to 100 dogs.
Dante's Den is a community for joyful dogs.
Millions of Americans face uncertainty when planning for the future of beloved pets who may well outlive them. Dante's Den is a charitable organization, so in whatever capacity you can, please lend your support so that we may continue this most wonderful work.
Dante and I would like to thank you for watching and for also opening up your hearts to our wonderful community of joyful dogs.
Learn about the many ways you can become involved by visiting dantesden.org.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hello, I'm Don Brennan. Cycling is already a great way to stay fit and stay healthy, but new research shows it's proven to be beneficial in other ways as well. Monday on Good Morning Suncoast, we'll show you how it's helping lower the risk for type 2 diabetes. Wendy?
And rain showers back in the forecast are helping to cool things off a little bit.
Monday at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC7. Brought to you by the Florida Lottery.
Welcome back to Animal Outtakes. Over the years, we've met plenty of impressive animals, but these next two will probably steal the show. Take a look. You know, when you think of circus animal acts, we think of tigers and lions and bears, but this guy, he's gonna steal the show.
About a year after we got him, I'd say, maybe
Yeah, but about a year after we got him, it was the first time he performed in front of a crowd. So he was only like 1.5, and I mean, and he just, ever since then, he's been like pretty on point.
Meet Scooby. This Chihuahua mix has been performing on stage for more than a decade with his owner, Christian Stoyanev, who is a hand balancer. As Scooby has gotten older, Christian has struggled with when his partner should retire.
He's an older guy, and like you see now, he's just laying around in the house. He lays around and he just mopes around. But when it's time to perform and stuff is when he is more like upbeat. And so it's really hard for me to kind of decide when is the time, when I feel like that's where he's the most excited. And I think as long as I see that he loves it still, I feel like I can't take that away from him. So
Do you think that on some level he knows just how important he is to this act?
Oh, yes. If there's a diva in this act, it's definitely him. Sometimes if we don't perform for a while, I forget stuff, but he remembers.
He knows the show,
Yeah,
right?
so he knows the show. But he definitely knows his value.
Yes.
Woo, yay! Oh,
This
yes,
is
that was
Chance.
wonderful. He's a 5-year-old chimpanzee who was rescued and raised by Pam Rosaire, who has spent her life working with these animals.
I started when I was 7 years old, and it's been my life's work, and they're my first love. And I couldn't imagine myself without a chimp ever. In fact, I don't think I'd want to be around.
Tell us how you've managed to get this wonderful creature to do what you want him to do when you want him to do it.
For one thing, I treat him like my son, and they learn just like children do, and they have an amazing amount of intelligence.
It's a positive reinforcement method that's based on affection training, you can call it. It's bribery, really. I mean, you find the treat that they like and you give them the treat, and you only have to get them to do something once or twice and it's there, and you have a word for it, like your dog sit, lay down, you know, you have a word for whatever behavior you want to do, wave, smile, whatever. It's just behavioral training.
You cannot train something that's afraid of you or hates you. They have to love you, and before you even start to teach them anything, they have to have that bond with you, and they have to love you like their family. And I think that has to be a mutual relationship to work.
As for Chance, he has a few years left in the spotlight before he'll retire with Pam's other chimpanzees.
He's just wonderful, and he's very healthy. You'll see by his coat, he's beautiful. He's just a normal, average, bratty little chimp at this point.
You know, there's an old showbiz saying, never work with children or animals. It's because they're unpredictable. But we like to do it anyway. And let me tell you, it makes for some interesting outtakes.
Yeah, well, she's not the pro.
She won't bother you, even if she goes up around your shoulders, I promise. She's very friendly.
We got a professional here too, so we're rolling.
Okay.
If she latches on, I'll get her off quick.
Thank you.
That's going to be.
Hope my insurance is paid up. Okay. Hello and...
Are you serious?
We're rolling on it. You can leave your legs down right down until we're ready to go. You're gonna sit between us, huh?
Nothing like being upstaged by a llama, right? And you didn't go to the manger. Here, Jafar. Yeah. And here comes my friend. Tony, yes. Tony, yes, you can, Mama. Yes. Oh, I'm getting big kisses. Oh. You know, I was better with the giraffe. Trust me, I'm looking at these worms. Ah.
And then these are super worms.
Yeah, how's my co-host doing?
Just checking it out.
Okay, we'll be right back with more animal outtakes from Bush Guide. What? Sorry. I'm having fun here. Conservationists believe that seeing animals up close and personal helps to raise awareness of the species.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
It's time to get ready for our next social season. I'm Stephanie Roberts. On Suncoast View, get your calendars out. Sarasota Society photographer Cliff Rolls is with us to preview upcoming big events, and style maven Sally Schul knows what to wear. Two Sarasota singers tied the knot. They're here to tell us about their honeymoon tour. Plus, I talked to Bravo's Andy Cohen and Sif Bakehouse in the kitchen.
Monday at 4 on Suncoast View.
Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors and ABC7. Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community.
Thanks to my volunteer, I am a better eater.
Thanks to my volunteer, math seems simple now.
Thanks to my volunteer, I discovered new career goals.
I'm a volunteer for Sarasota County Schools, so I know I can make a difference. And you can too. Give an hour, change a life.
Animal Outtakes is produced by Dante's Den Foundation, a nonprofit group dedicated to creating the best life for dogs. If you would like to learn more about Dante's Den, donate, or volunteer, visit our website, dantesden.org. We've come to the end of our time today, but we hope you've enjoyed looking back at some of our favorite moments.
Join us again next week for another great animal adventure.
We'll see you then. Oh, and he is licking. Yes, he is licking. Border collies need to be active and exercise. A lot of exercise.
Monday on ABC7 News at 7.
I liked the Republican convention better. I did. I liked it better. I liked it better.
We took you to Cleveland and to Philadelphia. Now a look back at the highs and lows of both conventions. Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Don't miss our roundtable discussion about the two conventions in Philadelphia and Cleveland.
Monday on ABC7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. If you haven't been, come on out and see what you've been missing. The first Friday of every month, you can enjoy a free concert, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Catch up with friends, enjoy free activities for the kids, or make it date night. Whatever your pleasure, there's something for everyone at Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by these sponsors and ABC7.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way, we're here for you. ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.